Good afternoon and welcome to Midday Met.
I'm Sandy De Silva.
And I'm Scanzo Raquel.
Coming up on today's show, we investigate school dinners and take a visit to the Sci-Fi London Film Festival.
But first, on today's show, there are fears that UK homeowners with high interest rate mortgages will struggle to pay off their loans and be forced to sell their houses. Estimates put out by the FCA claim that over a third of British homeowners may never be able to repay their mortgages.
Coronation Street star William Roach has been charged with 2 accounts of rape over alleged attacks on a girl in the 1960s. Roach, who plays long-standing character Ken Barlow in the soap, has yet to comment on the charges.
3 men thought to be involved in a UK smuggling of drugs are being sought by the police. Detectives want to speak to 40-year-old Jamie Spring, who is also known as Jamie Hall, Lee Smith, and Christopher Mealy. The men are wanted in connection with importing cocaine into Europe, worth of millions of pounds.
Police have launched an investigation after bomb disposal experts had to blow up a suspect van at Gatwick Airport yesterday. Part of the West Sussex Airport's North Terminal short stay car park was condemned after concerns were raised about a vehicle on the ground level. Police said 2 men who then disappeared brought the vehicle, which was untaxed, uninsured and unregistered, into the airport. It was later found that there was nothing of interest in the vehicle. The investigation continues.
3 British soldiers have died in Afghanistan after a roadside bomb hit the armoured vehicle, having been named in the Ministry of Defence. They were Corporal William Savage and Fusilier Samuel Flint from the Royal Highlands. The 3rd soldier was Robert Hetherington of the 51st Highland. 6 other soldiers were injured in the bomb blasts.
Now, Boris Johnson's hope for tackling child obesity have taken a step in the right direction, as earlier this week he was appointed head of London's new Strategic Health. The mayor is aiming to encourage more boroughs to adopt initiatives such as free, healthy school breakfasts and educating children on calorific takeaway meals. We sent reporter Nisha Mao and Megan Walsh to a local school to find out more.
Boris Johnson's hopes of tackling child obesity have taken a step in the right direction, as earlier this week he was appointed head of London's new Strategic Health Board. The mayor is aiming to encourage more boroughs to adopt initiatives such as free healthy school breakfasts and educating children on calorific takeaway meals. Today I'm outside Sacred Heart Primary School in Holloway to find out what parents think of the new initiative.
I think it's a fantastic idea because growing up I had no idea about, the calorie intake, saturated fat, nothing like that. So I think it's a really good idea, and it needs to start young. It needs to start young because there's such an epidemic with obese children, if that's what you want to call it. So yeah, it's a fantastic idea.
83% of children attend school hungry in the morning. 55% of children attend school without eating breakfast. 91% of children lack concentration due to missing breakfast. 72% of children are tired because they haven't eaten.
Educate them at a young age, and when they get older they can know what's right to eat and what's not to eat, what's wrong to eat.
Boris Johnson has launched a £650,000 programme to provide children in the capital's most deprived boroughs with free healthy school meals. The scheme will provide 5,000 children with free healthy school breakfasts. The mayor's scheme will open in 50 London schools. However, it is estimated at least 400 schools in the capital will qualify.
It take our minds off of giving them breakfast, and then they can have it at school, and then when they come home they can have their dinner.
Always have something, something for breakfast, give them a good education, and
They're starting off learning modern languages, European languages, Spanish, Italian. So why aren't they learning the basics of what's calorie intake and fat intake and salt intake, things like that? How to cook from scratch, things like that. So because I never had that as growing up, I had my mum cooking meals and stuff, but you just had the stuff trolleyed in out of a van for our school dinners. You didn't know what was in it.
This is Nisha Mao reporting for Midday Met.
Sandy, do you like your school dinners?
Well, I was packed lunch most of the time, but the times I did have school dinners, I thought they were really nice. So
I bet. Well, moving on. The 12th Science Film Festival started on Tuesday at the Stratford Picture House. The opening night saw a screening of Byzantium, as well as some people dressing up in costumes of their favourite sci-fi characters. We sent Tringa Daluku to the scene to report on the festival.
Today, Sci-Fi London celebrates the 12th annual festival of all things science fiction, showing films such as Byzantium, Birdemic 2 and even international premieres such as Dead Meat Walking. I'm at the opening ceremony of Sci-Fi London at the Stratford Picture House to find out more about the event and what this has brought forward to the film and sci-fi industry in London.
Hello Midday Met, I'm Louis Savvy, I'm the Festival Director for the London International Festival of Science Fiction and Fantastic Film, or Sci-Fi London as we like to be known. We've been doing it for 12 years now actually, so I started the festival 12 years ago because there wasn't the kind of science fiction film that I like to watch on at the cinema anywhere. I looked around and just, there wasn't a festival, there was nowhere showing kind of, obscure Japanese, crazy stuff and, big mecha machines. It was mostly Hollywood output. And so I decided to start a festival so I could get to watch all these films first.
Is there a reason why you chose these particular films, like Byzantium or Birdemic 2?
Well, everything is in. I've watched everything that's submitted, and everything that we chase after. I watch it all, and then pick the selection of films that we put in. And they're in because there's something about them. They're either funny, or they've got a twist, or they do something differently. They approach it a little bit fresh. Or they're just, completely insane. We've got a film called Tai Chi Zero on from China on Saturday night, and it's steampunk. It's about a man who finds a kung fu village, and they won't teach him kung fu, but some guy says, "I'll teach you Tai Chi," and they've got all these great big steampunk robots and stuff in there, and he keeps getting his ass kicked by kids, by women, it's just it's funny. It's just really, really funny, and a really big production. So I've got that at one end, and then we've got Birdemic, as you said, at the other end, Birdemic 2, The Resurrection. It's the sequel to the worst film ever made. And the cast and the crew are coming, and we're going to be blowing balloons up and giving everybody coat hangers to come and try and kill the imaginary birds.
Is there anything you can tell viewers to look out for during the rest of the week? Or?
Well, I'd just say go to our website, sci-filondon.com. There's a load of stuff on there that's worth having a look at. We've got, there's tons of stuff there. So come down, just come down.
Hi, my name is Alex Detrolio.
What are you dressed as today?
A generic Jedi.
Are you a fan of the Sci-Fi London Festival, or are you just here to help?
Bit of both, yeah. I help out every year if I can. So.
Can you tell us a bit about the festival?
Well, they've got lots of different movies showing, lots of sci-fi ones, lots of kind of dystopian fantasies and stuff. They had a big parade on Sunday, which they do every year, which is really fun. Scaring random people in the public.
My name's Jonathan Hansler. I'm an actor, writer and comedian, and I'm really pleased to be here at Louis' Sci-Fi Film Festival. It's great coming, and it's great to see that the place was absolutely jammed tonight, which is great for the guys who run this. I think it's just great when people are enterprising and they kick some ass in an industry where people are loath to help others. I find that it's I'm all out to help people,
I'm Tringa Daladaku, reporting for Midday Met.
I am not going to tell you about my imperial plans.
Are you here for the Sci-Fi Film Festival, or just to have a good time?
I told you, it is none of your business. I will not dictate my imperial plans to you.
No filming here, sir. No filming.
That looks like great fun. So, Kendall, would you go to a sci-fi film
Oh, I
festival?
definitely would. I would love to dress up as Aquaman for a fact.
Aquaman, wow, that's interesting. Well, now on a more serious note, we head over to Amy, who's outside the Old Bailey. Amy, can you hear us?
I can, Sandy.
Can you tell us
James
more?
McCormick, a 56-year-old salesman for ATSC Limited, convicted of 3 counts of fraud, stood sentenced in this morning here at the Old Bailey. McCormick, guilty of selling bogus advanced detection equipment to governments worldwide, in particular the Iraqi, pleaded not guilty at the trial 6 weeks previous. The device is said to be capable of finding traces of drugs, ivory, bodies and contraband in quantities smaller than a human hair, and could bypass all concealment methods, were in fact nothing more than a $20 golf ball finder, completely ineffective as a piece of detective equipment. The judge stated, "You have neither insight, shame nor remorse. I'm satisfied your fraudulent conduct promotes a false sense of security, causing harm to many others." It was stated that the case and the proposed sentence will stand as an example to deter others from committing such crime. And as a result, James McCormick received a 10-year sentence, half of which is to be served in custody, where he will then be released on licence for the remainder of his sentence.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
That was Amy there outside the Old Bailey.
The latest in sports now, and the Champions League final in Wembley is set to be an all-German affair after Dortmund narrowly beat Real Madrid 4-3 on aggregate on Tuesday, and then Bayern Munich followed that up last night with an annihilation of the mighty Barcelona, beating them 7-0 on aggregate. The final will be played in Wembley. In snooker, meanwhile, Ronnie O'Sullivan's return is going as planned. He's the defending world champion, eased his way through into the semi-finals of the competition by thrashing Stuart Bingham 13-4. He will now meet England's Jude Trump in the last four of the competition.
And now we're heading outside to where Nayara Chavez can tell us what we can expect from the weather today. Nayara, can you tell us more about the weather, please?
Thanks, Sandy. As you can see today, it's a beautiful day outside. This afternoon is going to continue to be the same. We're going to have some sunny spells in the afternoon, but we might have clouds later on. Tonight is going to go on as the same. We're going to continue to be quite warm, and we're going to have some winds later on at night. In some of the rural areas, we might get some lightly frost on the ground. So as you can see, it's a day to go out and enjoy the park. Thanks, guys. Back to you at the studio.
Thank you, Nayara. I'll be joining you soon, and hopefully for the rest of the week. Will you, Sikandar?
I definitely will be there.
Okay, because it looks like it's going to be sunny all round. And though there will be a bit of cloud and about temperatures will get up to as high as 19 degrees Celsius, but make sure you enjoy the weekend because rain is expected by Tuesday.
I'm telling you, I may join you guys. In terms of getting around, there's currently a good service on all lines. But looking towards the weekend, there are park closures on the District, Hammersmith and City Metropolitan, Northern and Overground lines, so please check carefully before heading out to your picnic. Meanwhile, Mile End Station is closed. Several stations are carrying some sort of maintenance, so keep an eye out.
That's all for this week. Thanks for watching, and it's been a great show. Make sure you tune in next week.
Goodbye and good day. This is Midday Met.
Thank you. Bye-bye.